Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi, brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah. This morning I continue with making this video on the topic religion and belief, because I think it's very important. I know it is important for me, as what I am doing is preaching myself to think about our Creator, because if we think of our Creator positively, our Creator will also think of us positively, and the benefit you will see it in the day of judgment or the day of thereafter. So what is the purpose of this making of video? Is to get the favor of our Creator. Why must we believe our Creator? Because of the revelation in the Koran, saying, I will send down my revelation. Whoever believe and whoever follow, no need to feel sad, no need to worry. So when people say no need to worry, you will feel happy already. And the people say don't be sad, you will feel happy. So that kind of happiness is the saying from our Creator. Alhamdulillah, this revelation is revealed to us so that we will be happy and we will not be having any worry living in this world, because in the next world we will get the reward for what we are doing, believe and obey. Is it difficult to believe? It's very hard for me to answer the question, is it difficult to believe? Based on the statistic, I cannot say it is easy, because many people don't believe, and there are also many people who believe. The number of people who don't believe is not small, it's billions. Billions people don't believe. If you look at history, how difficult it is for the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to tell people to believe, very few believe. How many people were in the boat of Noah? It's only about 80 human beings in the ship. So how about the rest people? So the rest, maybe numbering thousands, are not believing. So it's not easy for me to say yes, it is easy to believe. So you have to be very careful, look after yourself, take effort, because don't take it for granted. You will always believe. Unless you work for it, you maintain it. You have to maintain your belief. If you don't maintain it, the belief can go away. So we have to maintain it. How to maintain it is by obeying. Obeying today, obeying tomorrow, and obeying the day to comes. It's no good obeying today and tomorrow we don't obey. So it's obeying today, obeying tomorrow, and obeying days to come. So that's what I mean, maintenance of belief. And for that reason, I keep doing this video. I keep preaching myself. I don't believe in preaching myself once a month. I don't believe in preaching myself once a week. I believe preaching myself, doing it every day. If possible, I'll come here and make this video as a matter of routine. So you just imagine if I live to 80, my video will come to be 1,000 videos over. Because if I reach age of 74 or 73, my video will be numbering 1,000 videos. So I have been producing about 230 videos to date, which is already a year. So I will go on. Why? Because it is very important video that I ever produce, and I'll get the benefit of it, and you who listen will also get the benefit from it. Of course, when you know something and you believe it in religion, it's also good to share it to others. That's what the Muslim had been doing for years and years. When Prophet Muhammad, when Sayyidina Abu Bakar asked Prophet Muhammad, "What shall I do after I believe you?" And the Prophet said, "Spread the religion, spread the belief," meaning share it with others, hoping that more human beings will get benefit from it. Because we are descendants of Adams. Of course, Adam will be happy to see that his children are happy in paradise. So when Prophet Muhammad went to heaven, he saw Adam turning his head right and left, When he turned his head to the right, he see people enjoying the life in paradise. So he was happy, smile and happy seeing his descendant were having happy life in paradise. So when Adam turned his head to the left and he see his descendant being punished in hell, suffer in hell, so he wasn't happy to see the suffering, and he looked sad looking at the billion of people being punished in hell. So which people are more in paradise or hell? Definitely there are more people in hell than in paradise. So Prophet Muhammad also saying this, there are more people in hell than the people in paradise. You will see as well in this world, there are more non-believers than believers. Even among the Muslim, we have the category of Muslim, the real believer, and the pretender or the munafiqin who pretend to be Muslims, but they are not Muslims. Even the Prophet is saying, in the future, Islam will be divided into 73 branches. Only one branch will go to paradise. I see a video this morning. Someone was performing salat. After he performed salat, when he was performing salat, a dog come to him and lick his neck. So that is indication that something is wrong with that religion, but the way he performed salat look like the way the Muslim perform salat. But when the dog come to lick him in the time when he was performing salat, in Islam, in teaching of Islam, that is already null. I mean, what he's doing is already null. It's not typical of Muslim doing. When he pray and a dog come to him and lick his neck, so that kind of Muslim is also existing in this world. They are not, they say they are Muslim, but they will not be counted as people who are guided. So this kind of Muslim we see there are a lot, big number of non-Muslim, and there are also Muslim that is not real Muslim. They call themselves Muslim, but they are not real Muslim. They are not following the way of the prophets. And that's why when people ask me, is it easy to believe and do obey? So it's very difficult question. Maybe it's not easy. It's not so easy. You have to keep our heart sincere and ask for guidance and keep our praying, learn about Islam, because there are many people who's Islamic scholars who study in Islamic university, and they are knowledgeable in knowledge of Islam. They read the Koran, maybe memorize part of the Quran. They are also learning books from the scholars of old that is recognized being the true Muslims, or the Sunnah, who follow the Sunni Mazhab of Maliki, Hanbali, Shafi'i, Hanafi. So the Sunni or the Sunnah wal Jama'ah Imam, the four Imam, Shafi'i, Maliki, Hanafi, yes, I mentioned the four Imams just now. So if you follow the Sunnah wal Jama'ah Imam, it is okay. The difference is only very small. But it is okay. Some country follow Hanafi Imam, some country follow Maliki Imam, some country follow Shafi'i Imam. Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi'i, one more I just mentioned, but I have forget. So all four Imam. Because all four Imam are, we also can follow, we can switch on between one Imam to the another, depend on situation. Depend on situation. Some situation is difficult to follow one Imam. So we switch on to the other Imam. So I follow this Imam. We say in our heart, yes, I have problem with that Imam. In this situation, I follow the other Imam. That is okay as well. That's the reason why these differences in Imam is actually having benefit as well. Okay, that's my preaching. Let's now talk about what is going on in this world. If we can choose a country, let's talk about a country named Hong Kong. Okay. What is special about Hong Kong? Hong Kong is a small place in southern China. I have been to Hong Kong before. It's a small place. It was under British before for 99 years. It was leased under British rule. Actually, the Hong Kong people were very much happy under British rule. When China took over, I think it was year 97, some people don't like to be under China. They like to be freedom, they call it freedom of speech. They enjoy so much under the British rule, freedom of speech. But then Hong Kong under British was prosperous. It's a port and financial hub. So there are many millionaires in Hong Kong because they had practiced capitalism in the time when they were under British. So the business was flourishing in Hong Kong. It was also a big port, a big seaport, and also airport, the Kai Tak airport. But then now they have built airport where they reclaim the sea and make an airport out of the artificial island. And there's a bridge linking to the island from Hong Kong city. So it was nice road, lot of bridges. I have been driven in a car because I stay in a luxury hotel, a business trip. So I stay in a luxury hotel and I was being driven in a car brand Mercedes. So I enjoy being driven in a Mercedes car to the airport where the hotel people send me off at the airport as well. So I enjoy the trip. I enjoy my stay in Hong Kong. I went to the mosque to perform my Friday prayer in Hong Kong. So that is something that I remember, going to a mosque in Hong Kong to perform my Friday prayer. So it's now under China, but the administration in Hong Kong, China leave it to the people in Hong Kong. So not much of a big change. Of course, if this a big change, then people in Hong Kong will suffer. But it's not a big change on the way the administration in Hong Kong. So how the business is still there is still like it was before. But they have to raise Chinese Communist Party flag, no more a British flag, because it is under China now. Okay. Yes, it is a city of many millionaires. Maybe Hong Kong give example to the communist leader in China, to make them to experiment on capitalism. Of course, when China opened to become a little capitalist state, China flourished, become big economy in the world. But now under Xi Jinping, they become more communist than what it was before. And then there was restriction, and then there is also bad treatment to the Muslim in Xinjiang, and more strict now doing business. It was not like before. And the foreign countries, factories moving out from China now. I think in the time of Xi Jinping, the development was so fast. They want this, they want that. Everything in one time. They want to see the country become so modern so quickly, but without looking at the economic benefit, like the railway. They just build railway everywhere. Many of the railway routes are not profitable. And on the company Evergrande building, start to build high-rise building for people. So they build a lot. In the end, nobody buy because people don't like the location. Sometimes far away from place they work, so they don't buy. And then they have this high-rise building and apartments in excess, and no income from it, meaning that there is no benefit of they spending a lot of money building these high-rise buildings. It also affects the people who already put their money in order to get a house or apartment. In the end, you are not able to complete the work. So the money already been deposited and the building or the apartment never had been completed, or they are not unable to complete because no income. People don't buy their apartments. They build apartments numbering 20 million. If people don't buy the 20 million apartments they build, maybe people just buy 10 million and the other 10 million not sold. And you just imagine the cost. And they say they are on the red 300 billion, meaning that people had put the money 300 billion, but don't expect the money will be returned or they can pay back the money. Of course, at one time Evergrande was the top company in maybe the 10 top company in the international magazine, so it attract investors. So overseas investors were also putting money on Evergrande. That money will be lost forever. And many people go bankrupt by or lose their money. I saw it in the YouTube. People protesting. Thousands of people. See people crying as well. Some even committed suicide because they lose the money. And when they lose the money, the people become poor. When the company, overseas company leaving in China, people lose their job in thousands. They say 100 million people lose their jobs. So you just imagine if people lose their job in the shopping malls, restaurants will not have customers to eat and buy the goods, and they also business is also collapsing. So that's what happened. Yes, I was talking about Hong Kong, and then maybe Hong Kong had influenced the people, the leadership in China, to make Hong Kong as the model of capitalists. And they put the experiment. It was successful because it's only 3 years ago China was the second economy of the world after the US, and then now it's no more. Okay. That's I talk about Hong Kong. Yes, that's also related to Hong Kong, how it influenced the mainland. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's now read the Quran. Okay, this morning we should be reading page 159. To get the barakah of this morning, let me read the first sentence on this page in Arabic. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uballighukum risalati Rabbi wa ana lakum nasihun umin. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's read the meaning of the sentences on this page. I send you the trust from my God, and I give you advice that is credible to you. And are you not surprised that there is a reminder that come to you from your God by the way of a man that come from your group to give you a reminder or warning to you. Remember, He or God make one as the leader after the people of Noah, and He give you the strength of body and outlook. Then remember the favor that Allah give so that you'll become successful. Then they say, has the coming of you to us so that we will worship Allah, only Allah, then leave what had been worshipped by our grandfather. Then you saw evidence of the truth to us if you are the people of the truth. So this is their challenge, to show them the truth, meaning show them the punishment. So look like their defiance. Then Hud's answer, Hud is a prophet, verily the hatred and the anger from your God will fall on you. Are you trying to debate with regard of the idol that your grandfather had invented themselves, whilst Allah is not revealing to you on that? In this case, wait, verily me also be in the people who is waiting. Then we save Hud and the people who were with him with our blessing. Then we destroy them. We destroy the people who are not with Hud or disbelievers until the root on the people who falsified our revelation. They are the people who don't believe. And to the people of Thamud, we send down their man from them, Saleh. He said, "O my people, worship Allah. There is no God beside him. And he verily come to you the evidence that is clear from your God. This is the female camel from Allah as evidence for you. Then leave it on earth of Allah. Don't you cause difficulty to it, or later you'll see the punishment that is painful coming to you." Okay, so you see that people are quite defiant to the prophets of the past. They still like to hang on to their belief because their grandfather had been worshipping other than Allah, idol, so they like to keep with it. So that's the reason why I told you it may not be easy to believe, because there are people in the past who had not believed. If say you believe, Alhamdulillah, that's already good. That hopefully in the next world we become the winners, not the losers. Okay, that complete my reading of the Quran. Let's now read the Gospel of Barnabas. Okay, this morning I should be reading chapter 152. Jesus, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Jesus, having come to Jerusalem and having entered one Sabbath day into the temple, the soldiers drew nigh to tempt him and take him. They said, Master, it is lawful to wage war. Jesus answered, Our faith tells us that our life is continual warfare upon the earth. Said the soldiers, You wouldn't fain convert us to thy faith? Wouldn't that we should forsake the multitude of gods? For Rome alone has 20,000 gods. They are seen, and should follow thy God who is only one, for that he cannot be seen. It is not known where he is, and perchance but is but vanity. Jesus answered, If I had created you as God has created you, I would seek to convert you. They answered, Now how has thy God created us, seeing it is not known where he is? Show us thy God, and we will become Jews. Then said Jesus, If you had eyes to see him, I would show him to you, but since you are blind, I cannot show you to him. I cannot show you him. The soldiers answered, Of surety the honor which these people paid, they must have taken away thine understanding. For every one of us has two eyes in his head, and thou say we are blind. Jesus answered, The carnal eye can only see things gross and external. We therefore will only be able to see your God of woods and silver and gold that cannot do anything. But we of Judah have spiritual eyes, which are the fear and faith of our God, whereupon we can see our God in every place. The soldiers answer, Beware how speak, for if thou pour contempt on our God, will give thee into the hand of Herod, who take vengeance on our gods, and who are omnipotent. Jesus answered, If they are omnipotent, as you say, pardon me, for I will worship them. The soldiers rejoiced at hearing this, began to extol their idols. Then Jesus said, Herein it is not the need of words, but the deeds. Cause therefore that God created one fly, and I will worship them. The soldiers were dismayed hearing this, and wished not what to say. Therefore Jesus said, Assuredly, seeing that you cannot make a single fly flesh I will not forsake that God who has created everything in a single word, the name alone, afraid enemies, armies. The soldiers answer, now let us see this, for we are fain to take thee. They were fain to stretch forth their hands against Jesus. Then said Jesus, Adonai Sabbath. Whereupon straightway the soldiers will roll out of the temple as one roll cast of wood. They was to refill them with wine, inasmuch that now their head, now their feet struck to the ground, and without anyone touching them. For they were so afraid and fled in such wise that they were never seen in Judea anymore. So this is what happened to the human being. They ask Jesus, they don't see Jesus God. Of course, if they can see God is also revealed in the Koran, then there is also, first they will see hell and paradise. They see hell and paradise. That's what happened. Then they believe, yes, there is hell. Then they believe there is God. And they see there's a paradise. But then they know the hell is for them. And they regret. When they see hell, then they regret. And they know there is God. And they are destined to be punished for what they did on earth. They were rebellious. So that's what is revealed in the Quran. In the end, people believe, but that belief is of no value. That belief, when they see already hell, is no value. That is what will be happening in the next life. Believing in God in the next life has no value. The value of believing is only when we are still on earth. Okay, with that, I complete my video today, this morning. Thank you very much for listening.